the movie Miss Evers Boys, where the state of Minnesota allowed a movie to be made regarding the, what do you call that? Tuskegee abuse, where a state with people got a grant and then they injected people with syphilis, and then they monitored how these people acted, how their bodies responded, even as the cure was available. And then they kept giving this lunatic doctor and his lunatic assistant, who happened to be black, by the way. Now think about it. As a black man helped a white man, he didn't have enough education to know that there was a cure. He didn't research to find out if another state, other doctors found a cure. He just trusted the white guy next to him. And he watched a lot of black people die. And if I'm not mistaken, somewhere in that movie, it didn't matter that there was a cure. They never injected these people with a cure. So in theory of Barack Obama, thinking of Amy Jane Getz, Laura T. Booth, when I said I fired Amy Jane Getz for discrimination, 2012, and I said that on August 21st, her and Laura T. Booth began to communicate, those emails seemed like they were cut up and I wasn't getting the thread. So as I used that PPL computer out of St. Paul, because I said Amy Jane Getz, Joshua R. Williams gave my computer a virus, the one that I paid $3,750 for as well, because I had it on a contract where I paid weekly for it from Get It Now Home Choice. I said this was a private company that maybe Spike Moss, Bobby Joe Champion, Keith Ellison gave to the black community, because at the time we couldn't get furniture, and then they were giving us an opportunity to get furniture that was of decent quality, and then you got it on a payment plan, right? And I said that as that Rent-A-Center Get It Now Home Choice computer crashed after I inserted Joshua R. Williams and Amy Jane Getz's files, I had to run out and buy a new one. Just like if it wasn't for Josh giving me that $7,000, I would have not had money to pay for Novocaine. These people were really going to pull 20 teeth out my mouth. Like, that's what I asked for. I said, I don't know what happened in the Department of Human Services court, where Andrea Faulkner Andrews, Bobby Joe Champion, Paul Thissen had access to my medical records, and through Michael Cooper Sr. began to, again, under Barack Obama, discontinue those medical records. I said that that was the Tuskegee 2024 New Millennium deal that this POTUS did under Tony Lung, Michael Davis, and Alan Page. Alan Page for TELUS, Tony Lung for ANHA, and Bobby Joe Champion for the rape tape of the Department of Human Services, where again 20 teeth was going to be pulled with no Novocaine. And I said that was Dr. Otino. I said that was through the African community, where again, Barack, you had now hired people separately, like Roxana Pricey Sook, Hindi Hussein, who was now targeting me. And I said each time they targeted me under the Tuskegee impression, right? That's an impression of an abuse of power, right? We have an impression left in history where we can go overlay that impression over my file and see if that nigga did that shit to me and my children. Barack Obama, Tony Lung, Michael Davis, Alan Page, Paul Thissen, my favorite, for the titties, the ass, the abuse from Andrea Faulkner, Michael Cooper Sr., where I can track Paul Thissen back to 2008, 2009, Minnesota Department of Health. How long it took me to get those services under Paul Thissen from 2007 to 2009, when Paul Thissen, Andrea Faulkner, Bobby Joe Champion began to manipulate Dr. Sanchez out of White Bear Lake, who they brought into the City of Brooklyn Center, put at the Smile Center, who then damaged 5 teeth, on top of knowing of the surgery that could have saved my fucking teeth. I said Dr. Sanchez, being Hispanic, Latino, Mexican, Kamala, Andrea, I started to racially classify you motherfuckers. And as I classified you racially, I started to say you were now targeting me racially, using your nationality, your gender, your job, your sexuality, like Andrea on the city council, who again, if you sent a gay man like Squeaky was sent under Mia Moore, and I kept saying, Squeaky, as you're showing up, if Bobby Joe Champion, Keith Ellison is having you fucking touch my son, you be very clear, faggot, I wanted you dead because my son has a right, Bobby. Now, if as a retaliation, because my nephew told me your son was gay, you decided to make my kids gay. If as a retaliation for Anissa Dent, all them years, calling you gay-ass Bobby, you decided to target me, nigga? You be very clear, I wanted you to get the death penalty, Bobby. I researched that the executive order could have been you and Keith's interim deal under Michael Davis, Alan Page, where you had been stalking me and my motherfucking children since I was fucking 18. And I went back to your ass being on the KMOJ board and at that motherfucking time giving me that Prince concert ticket where again Terry said, Sharon, why are you at this VIP party? How did you get here? I said, I don't know. I don't know. I just know I'm here. And I'm going to have a drink and I'm going to go. And Bobby said, I'll take her home. Bobby said, I'll take her home. And you be very clear, Bobby, when I'm drunk, we have many records now that says Sharon talks real good when she's drunk. In fact, she sounds like a motherfucking lawyer that Shira said as she escorted me out of North Memorial before they stabbed me with the hell dog from Paul Thiessen and Bobby Joe Champion with the Zoloft, where I said, Alan Cepeda, you might have raped me on that day when I was, you know, given that Zoloft as I woke up, because for some odd motherfucking reason, and I don't know what overcame me, but I know that I was strapped down to that bed for hours. And as I was strapped down to that bed for hours, when I woke up and I started to come to, I started to feel rape. And I called motherfucking North Memorial. And I wanted to have a conversation. Because I said, if you're doing facilitated deals with Bobby Joe Champion, Keith Ellison, you let them rape me on the premises. And you owe me motherfucking money. And I meant that shit.